my Charles Kojo Fosu Daddy Lumba in the background. Very unique touch of excellence. The voice speaks for itself. NT Anope will bring you all the detail this morning. In the meantime, it's going to be 21 degrees Celsius this morning. Anope is going to be very humid. Anope, unity in temper. God bless all of you for joining us this morning. Once again, it's all the unbeatable, uninterrupted, sensational, also inspirational moments. Anope na Daddy Lumba and Anthony Canope. Anope pinnacle of mobile education. War and some for our anti-enchimney bedin common. Na pinnacle of mobile education. Your woman as a district for Bia person degree. Kwenye bi abanti one we in September enrollment in best pinnacle of mobile education. I said education is your pinnacle. In the meantime, Unity Link Financial Services Limited, a proud sponsor and pay a ban mobile money to major networks in Ghana, cash pickups to 18 banks and all rural banks in Ghana, airtime top up. The new Unity Link Financial Services Limited, and pay and so a boy chidon.
Shedding. Shedding,
in the meantime, Daddy Lumba in the background, all is yours this morning. Yesterday, the Accra High Court has reportedly confirmed Israel Kojo Safu Akofna as the successor of the Kantanka Empire following the reading of the will of the late Apostle Kojo Safu. Now speaking to journalists outside the court in Accra on the 6th of July 2026, Ghanaian fashion icon and member of the Christo Asafo Mission, Richard Brown, popularly known as Osibo, the Zara man, said the Apostle Kojo Safu Kantanka named his son, Israel Kojo Safu, as his successor. According to him, the family discovered that after opening of the will, that Apostle Safu has bequeathed his entire estate to Kojo Safu Kantanka Jr., known as Akofna. Indeed, after reading the will, it is evident that everything was bequeathed to him, and also we did not support him at the beginning, but now fully accept and embrace the decision because it was our father's wish that we would therefore support Akofna completely in every way. He added that although there have been initial resistance to Safu junior leadership, the family now agreed to respect the wishes of the late apostle. If our father has willed all his properties to Akofna, I have no objection, but we will support him fully. I recall mentioning during my press conference that our father always cherished peace while he was alive. So if we open the will and it clearly states that everything has been left to Akofna, I'm not going to oppose it. I will fully support. Yesterday at the Accra High Court, the ruling came in favor of Akofna, who has been to be the successor of Kojo Safu, Sofo Kojo Safu. May his soul rest in peace. Na Akofna bekaya nansing enuaba Sarah Josafo eni nuanya banta tamana almost sworn in. And I think that there was some little inflammation and disagreement between the family. And Josafo quickly rushed to the scene to say, sir, the matter is before the court. There was an injunction placed on that particular euphoria. Indeed, there was no need, say, Akofna would take the mantle to volunteer himself and also be sworn in whilst the matter is still sitting in court. There was an injunction placed on the matter. Now, would defy the odds to go ahead and be installed. And later on, Adjazafo want to get access to the place, and she was shot multiple times when it was very devastating incident. Now, hopefully, Adjazafo is recovering. Now she has broke silence of issues that went around. Now, yesterday, the courts sitting in the ruling, and I just said Akofna will be the successor. The will was bequeathed to him, who everything has been granted to Akofna, who happened to be the successor of Asofo Apostle Kojo Safo, and who sem anopei elho. In the meantime, in between time, a young man, ono a footballer, na or your friend Prince Owusu, ono bo thema wo America, na ni team no a Montreal. Prince Owusu enua ba, I don't say, GFA demanded 70% of Prince Owusu earnings before he could be called up into the Black Star squad for the World Cup. Now, this issue has become a bone of contention. Now, when the fraternity in football want to represent a country by we giving you the mandate to serve and do the needful, people have been using the football arena as their bona fide. It is their bona fide, the bona fide property of certain individuals. When people were talking about the call-up of players to represent the Black Stars in the just ongoing World Cup, na ibinum feel say a hono cash cow. That is their cash cow. They represent the country. They have been given a mandate to serve. Galvanized footballers who will be more competent enough to go and represent the country. Now on their young business of the day. That is what is happening. And you look at things, it has been circulating on all social media. Say the GFA demanded 70% of the earnings of that particular player, Prince Owusu. Na ebenye sa sika no wo ho, ebi asika ebe ma no, ebetimu 70%. Na wakwa represent Black Stars. Bibi aye dru no. So now, when the Black Stars go to the World Cup, and you see this kind of performance, na nkofu di echi, Blaster beshe we, I said it from day one. Say, the crop of players and the kind of preparation towards such monumental tournament, it doesn't warrant us to go with this all of a sudden call up with that influential kick. Say, yakwako bo niyako she team be World Cup. It is never going to work. So I saw it from day one. Now justifications and what is happening, people who are affected about the issue of some kind of percentages there players is what we are experiencing today. Now, it's a matter of concerns. People should be careful the way we do things, because one day monkey go, you know go come. We'll be happy school, but the moment might be somebody you no ko should be no opportunity be a honor de koye ne duade. Into we Black Stars for some time now. I business as usual. No preparation, no proper preparation. We are just galvanizing people, calling up people. Some influential people behind would infiltrate and make sure there will be a call-up. Na nipo ni mbono emfa nko, because wono uni mbokra na ese wutua wentua yemfa nko. Na yenye tiechi na yehumeti na anu ya bayo ya we no law nya law firm bi ehim na ohwe Ghana ne Panama na hwe time a yede share na gali okay mupeno oho no enya cardiac arrest na we free mu. And the people support with motions and passions, and people too are using the black stars to amass wealth. That is where the state of the black stars be a good no. People want to take the black stars say you won't dia because or no notice so. Until you lose you cry and fan or no music no penti or no you will lose or no the end. The kind maybe a branch near friend foresight. Nyan teach time. Na recordings be back out. Na or castle Ghana for the their football no money bejia we show cry move suka cry no meja na just say. They just order any business in the year no there. You say be in nyansa na ye di blasters echi because say bibia ye di akoma di echi no do any business. And it's been going on. In fact, Nyantichi had a problem with Anas Arimia when he was recorded number 12. And people criticize a lot of these things. Now, young baby drew. Somebody thought to say somebody's right is being infringed because it's been recorded. You see the repercussion where we are getting through because it been their own business. It didn't serve a deterrent to any person who have succeeded to become the Black Stars and answer the GFA body. Into a modus operandi to make sure they can amass wealth. That is what is happening. Now the secret is out. When people live in the diaspora, Yahweh Yamba Wamanone, no be called represent Ghana, Obama Ghana no. A huge because that person so bought one day Krama Englander or a stake and also a pension. You haven't done that. Odiane say because you 70%. So let's viewers and listeners, let us take a critical look and introspection of what I'm saying, whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. We have to juxtapose the issue because the point is that any footballer who plays for the national team, especially in the UK, or the pension no ye mano. Nti wo de dum pempem so a aban so wo bibi kakra od be ma wo. Na ye de yen sa wo. Frefre kobo na betua pay as you go eno ene ye. Nti wo kwa nipa no ono wetua nti oba ball obebo ama no ho. Sa na opese o kire me. So wo kogi 70% wo na je say wajibi wo bi ho because ono de so ntua. So that is the issue. It's disgusting and a disgrace to our football fraternity. Let's move on quickly now into a minute. And Chairman Pinnacle of Education Building Komo. Na Obibi Sunkumaye. We'll listen to him shortly. Na fe yatua yejumidi no so. Na ya link up to affiliate sister stations and pay. And the Yambonito. Na any Pinnacle of Education Building Komo. Na Yambonito wano pay. Hot digital and out na yanko enua amofaba ho na me acknowledge my sponsors na ntoa yedwumedie no so hot anopay and out enti amofara de saying hello amofa hello oh boy I'm saying amofa line no akati be sign enyan biom na ya toa yedwumedie no so anopay Mofaba education ubekaya so far so good na September you be enrollment inti enrollment ni beba so enti se opese ubo degree bia bombonia so betumi afre Pinnacle won so a into banking and also say digital marketing executives and students teacher enti later yenya Mofaba na in trust. But before that yenko NEET 100.9 we have more on our table this morning.
No akọ baby akọ pay station wo hwa na pagina ye ma na yentumi nto nkan ye okay
Who's a main station, throttle station, no plan station. You're bound to me through or throttle station, soon to me in fuel. Then, when you bet my and say, you want to say, you know, that is to Tobreno. nsuo ne tɔ a yɛbɛbɔ drivers na nyinaa ma ne no bia tu ne car afi hɔ saa na ntams yɛtaayɛ na wei deɛ ne yɛnim sɛ ano bɛyɛ den saa nti efu yɛ ne mu nti adwadifuo akwantufuo obi afu ne mu ɛne nti wohwɛ a ɛno nti na ma cars mo na sɛ no na sa me asɛm a me no kasa yi mo pa ɛyɛ mo ntu ana mo nkɔ no plan station mo mmra VIP oyi na mpanyinfo mfa mo nkɔhwɛ na mo nkɔ connection mo wi a mo mfa shop by shop me bra tutu wo mo nje yi wires ni nyina what's the control board crampo ma say tomato yato kan any the baby aduru ni de na this say connection market station wo we any no plan station or not trotro station wo yentimi ko baby a emom ahwe ye ne ye beye na emom yegusu agusu na ye ka ene dia ma concern ye buy no obi as concern mo na mukasa eba na e say mo na mukasa because union obi wo ho a na wo mo hye governor nanse enti wakasa bebra obi mu fi say wo mo ye politics ye ne de ye nhye biase ye nhye ease na ye say ye kama Ghana for kontom ye beka eni di ye kan ye papa mu GPR to frame film because wo mo so wo mo drivers more cars asay ana wo hye property cooperative a masa ye kan ebinsi eno nti ye sro man panyin your mama ye papa chief of staff papa ye ni msa wo de ye nyawa enke ye wu efi say una wo tie timamufu asem enti ye sre ye de mo animanimu ya wo ye hyehyɛ bi matavafo na ya kwa ho chidi
Oli yenda se bibia ne eba bedi nkomo yenim se mwadesra die yi mpanifo ate won be hetu ho ana mo de amamo
me so me da se sa no pai matima ma na nya kwanya kasa ye da papa o se kwa ma ne mpanifo nyina ye do bi ase
yenso yeda se papa pa Williams osei pa wuli ena dodo no ere frɛ no ye chema
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Also be to me about
and I want to say, Kubudi and Kuano, elements, we are a club, we make us at the end of the day. It's not saying the position, a give and take, may not compromise position on the various things. And the may not be moved, can a quenya war, and can may suggest to say, a yana, I had negotiation, internal negotiation, and in only one. Yana and can be to me and no idea negotiation with the Marano named Timukaka, Sambia, 3 months square because within the time, near much by way of loss of time, loss of focus, near the business on the part of the party. 30 days, me who is inadequate. It is a Saka be badia as I say time no so the be a bit come to a very useful conclusion.
Council mami musa die bi me fa ne say me ya kam ya ka obi hu say me so me ye bi accused witness 2 accused person 2 na court no ya afedi ye say yi me be a prosecution witness eno no ya plea bargain betimi akom wa ha. Say okay, what you say? Who your prosecution? Who your prosecuting witness? Ama the prosecution no. It's a war no. Ye prosecute na mo ba be dance ni ama prosecution no. And one say na plea bargaining come.
And no the plea bargaining, but say would need to be prosecution witness. And no upon application. Sadly, the question the main Casami wouldn't say a boy, a criminal justice system.
Because council, many pay in acquire bonnet. Yaquire bonnet, we any charge in we are. Was say I, maybe may come in one free more bois. Nippano or more boy a quadrunu, ama maybe dear dance yet, Yaba, come and then quiet bonino, and my senior young Fefi had not to. Ah, what's so we free memoir a young brassam cacra?
And yet, media minimum when I say, witness Biana SSO independent. Send a bear, what's the man walk on? You know, so be me. Now, Ubia, with their jamu, Nayadinu, a jamu, I'm not the Kebia to back and a big crowd, the winning cranoka. Anything, what we a lawyer for on the other side now, depend the accused person. SSO to me, it's enough to not go to the TSS. Nipoli, independent witness. Anything to permit women or cancer, and the weight that the court should put onto the evidence of such persons, SSA, a buffon power. And a basset also a lawyer, we a cross examination, what they so challenging the credibility of his witness statement and even his
this week.
On one casano, who say in criminal law, credibility of the evidence is equally as important as the credibility of the person giving the evidence. Anything who's subjected to credibility test in most cases they will fail. Opinion as a credible as a witness, not court who is on your credible one. The evidence in the answer come. And the AEB are subjecting Kofubi to that credibility test. And you said a lawyer for no union lawyer for about to put for. And my document to be a war or say, accused person attorney into prosecution with them. So you better start as if I would be subjected to credibility test. Now, if you cry now, we're a perpetual offender. Meaning, which means Eddie Baby bonus, no Nebema to case out of this particular case. The Brab would be the Suban be a war outside this case, no bad challenge on one credibility. Banisa Penacot who say, Onya the couple, Onya the Papa, or one Casano, or Pequain, and equity when be okay, offender. Now, in a bar near who say, all the witnesses, no witness beyond the evidence, credible. And he, this afford so possible. And Marco to look me say, Jaya, Janu, and the Cobodiano, Cobia, or Colo. And we are no more. About Bacubia, and say, Dipano now, or a city pass or Tilase, not be kind of the oil. Because you who say, motivation be a judicious in Tina, we have the way and waiting at the evidence.
The American say, I'm for one can accuse persons no one. And for the fear, say, and ra, a be an what what them one, and got a prescription witness.
Because you're coming at the attempt, say, and send a do baby, I'll be still by a prescription witness. Nobody can be. A bit say, causing statements, such statements. Brass after my now, Yabo Credu. What can say be a war on record? To say causing statements. A big what can I say? Yes, when you know I can't smile. When you know a student cooperate, what can I say? And that because I'm near the you know, and you confront with one evidence now. A challenge the worker in this worker to be one. In criminal justice system, responsibility in me accused person is say or you're right, but on challenging or evidence say and you're consistent. And now said or evidence if follow short of the evidence of the other party. And it is challenging evidence needs to prove that there is a doubt in the mind of the court, and there's the benefit of the accused person. And it is said here, what can I say? Any
because beginning no in your caution statement o say wonye unifo na unifo kwa unimu hwe ya eye de na akoka say de nipa ya charge mo bom no who are jointly charged no wonu de waye
ebikura obeka say boni no crazy so yesiboni afiekubi akoni boni wi ozo ebi yeni boni biasa mekura mi hu se bibi sa koso na se bibi asa nko o kina ba na be nyina wo se afiekubi wa boni wi na bi wo ha bi na ya dia se koto bia
na kanza sabra no kura no wabe kanza sabra no kura wabe prove alibi kura se wo kura no se esi yempa na ani ho sabra chese an boni no esi
and it's a sapper as a cooking, not yet. That name in Pipe with the Bian say, at the more for any quarter. Yemfa and Manny, she say, not any politics is a walk, a try winning and pure. Actually, say, so what fuck on Bonnie soon will be for. Not will say a brand and the bunny sapper, not a bro, a question for food between. 2 for the can as a move. Na whatever say a unique so it will be biara e dey aban kuma be show nsa ban to me be show nsa no di aban to me no ye dwuma na wadwe ho say emre unique so no o ti kokon so kan e kire say nia wo ye de no e betimi ebu etia wo tena enti wo ye pepe na pan so a wo tena wo so ye beto anya sa na wo ye now they will be for company so nana dreamu and no say papa personal here me bonia what did the when mucho
da be no masaba court bi ewu
wo ayi Exim Bank in the November 27 that my baba file with a plea agreement say we are you finish about amani court.
The other one no so
the other one no ye Nimri Forest no and we be call MC26 so this month Nimri Forest first one no the so when him say Samra Bueno me the mejuma baby ma ira attachment to us ama me so me ye appeal bia submission of no case here require court one to be who appeal Court of Appeal. And the Bible say, and also appeal the Cosun Tentem na, it me a more free appeal. Now, a deck a can was in the Antiqua, become be a meme withdraw and said, a bra, ya party appeal, no, as I say, didn't crata court of appeal. A bit in the yam no say, but the file at the end any part of March. A bit in the year, Yabu July. Record no a say appeal for the man kra e kobru appeal ko so record the free high court no say appeal e kobru ko na me kumi say ordinarily no enye san say eba say what file appeal na 3-4 months down the line na ye pa record crime court for appeal na who say
papa say what file appeal na oba file no he and we am the records na court of appeal oba file court of appeal
oba file no court of appeal ni mo would who service beba ye di beko high court ho so the high court the ko ye di no high court hu nyina be ye package near the court of appeal. And it's a file appeal no intended one the processes never high court ba registry no e bobo no na obia who say appeal no judges near binsa and sabi lawyer for a woman near the TSS will be a TSS no package no say numbers no na omedi court of appeal na yesevo all the parties and say e ko passe le constitution to free high court court of appeal no na appeal na wa file na ayeti na dentina ebia record no ntumi go ebia na no kwa de sema me ko ho a me tie se nyanko ye na me wura ho pa so
kaze azana abeba de ma wo wo ye no wo bisa de ntia records no ko court of appeal
na ni ti na me me wura ho me bisa ye no na me ti na me kasa wura ho tu de me mpensi tie wa se saa no a ekoso wo court ho no enya de papa eso yonko da no da enti se obi a file appeal let's say transmitted records no kokoro appeal eme ko ejuma na 3 months that's the house and over 3 months and over that's the house na etimi mubu ko court of appeal na justice system no and na justice process no ubi eku actually ebia we enye normal enti se papa ne sapa na hwemu no go say de ekoso no enya de papa
papa ene me na wase ne mfansia bibia ne be ba nche ne no adi nkomo wai
nyaminka
ame so enka ho lawyer and the appeal kubi eye counsel for chairman wuntumi ene ye ne birthday na ye ne no atwe nkomo afa sema ekumi a occupancy 1.7 so ni oyina na yakọ ni
and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Neat 100.9 na ya to admit no so no pay ni the charity AJ Osi Mira in about Pentecost ni charity and I pay and so and I would in about charity kind of Osi Mira ya to admit no so no pay Unity Financial Services Limited proud sponsor no pay comic and in Pinnacle Amofaba Education leading a digital transformation with artificial intelligence, a program that is coming off the Hilton Hotel Croydon 101 Wading Way CR9 4HH London Croydon United Kingdom on the 10th and the 14th of August, and this is especially for bankers, digital marketing executives, students, SME owners, public service professionals, the media, oil and gas staff, and also the businessmen. Enti Bombodia will be part of this program after your accommodation, any breakfast, workshop materials, London tour, Ninano a year inclusive. Enti pay for Pinnacle of Further Education 0794715278 0794715278 and check now you better call NEET 100.9 to listen to the interview and pay on issues on board and pay na yento agbe
Enti lawyer ne san ho no eba na ye kenkan a de court no ebeka no obi agitum enu anu no
ai so obi agitum se ya kan wo court no asemi enu ho a no
na efa baako kase da bi ye gidi se niam afoforo bi ewo ho ana bibi wa akira what do they do? What happens next?
So did this, sir. You do more on Tiasia. Again, Colonel. I also would can apply for a copy of the will. Who apply we are. I don't want to do well. What signatures I also. Don't print I also. More time I hear well. No. Are there any interlineations? We get the more now. If you want to say ABA, if we say get the more on Tiasia, I am a question. A legitimate objection. You can raise it in court to challenge the will. Now, we say it will be there, and you know, sir, who on the Yajuma.
In this case of Christo Asafo, dear no. Se yesu bibi kakra de afiri mu a mi yete ye ema ye nuaba adwo asafo be ka se in fact just ended the few days ago ne krata o de bae no o kire mu se wono anan ani nuaba ma no kre na wo ye kandini no ensesa bae ema wo mu adi nipa foforo bae but she even said se wono na wo be ye ne kandini eno saa no eno danchen ena de papa no so kire ne danchen ana
Question you.
Okay, mpacho de na mi bisa ne se ohwa will la wo mo kenkan na nre ya ebetumi aba se eno eda nchen ena de ye nua ba adwasafo enso ekroye ada no ewo ne kasa mu ede ba abonten no eno nso eda nchen ya na se eye wo mu mienu
me say the adwaka.
Okay,
Me say the adwaka. But the name ni ma matiwa ya kai. Metiwa ya kai mati. And I say, a good succession of assuring leadership now. I found it to say, from what was read to us, and they say, only the man and qua and a bit to me, a good assuring him as leaders. And I say, the man no, and my man.
okay.
And a bit to me, I saw in enemy. But one more be a ding. One more be a ding. One they move be a boom. We open, sir. To make my member no more. Your boom, and no more back up a bit to me. A get a enemy. And I say, my member no, and my member. There is no name mentioned as to anybody who can lead the church. And nobody has been named or appointed to lead the church as far as the will is concerned. Paragraph 27 refers.
I see. Okay. Lawyer Yehuni Sadia, Anope, the Democrat Daily Graphic, a daily guide about Sikojo Safo confirmed Christo Asafo leader in will. Sapepe penalty.
Debbie. And yes, sir. a pancha or court. May I apply a copy of the will myself yesterday? And I don't know when your producer call me, I'll take it. But they will say they are doing such a question. I can read for you in English language.
Sure, sir.
We are such a battery.
Okay.
Because make up of natural. Now watch the much tree. That's what you're for.
Me pachoyati.
So the record will be sanitized in the public space. Okay. So paragraph 27. It is my wish, and I so direct that only my male child and a male child of my male child from generation to generation shall occupy the position of the leader of the Christo Asafo nation of Ghana, and any such male child of mine or the male child of my male child from generation to generation shall have the name Safo always. And see, these are the relevant portions. And to make it clearly known that you kind of say only the male child and now the male child of the Babema. That's what I say. There is no mention of any name as the leader of the church as far as the will is concerned.
Oh, okay. Then we are seeing it in the public space as any social media. So say one party is jubilating, and my fire drink as well.
Until some time now, people rush to give news in the public space. I always prefer. So I didn't kind of crouch now. Before you comment on it, apply for a certified copy. The documents. Now, what kind? Now, for whom you chairman. Because sometimes, we'll cry and you kind of call them on one. Don't be a mistake. They can just slip off tongue. That is why them or you record it. You can't you don't record it. You just listen. Now you let apply a copy, certified copy of the documents. So can we are now so the kind you. So the OT and no one the paper this one. And I runners. If any paper has reported, say obedient at Bemoa as the leader of the church. That publication is false. The publication is inaccurate. The publication is not born by the will, as stated by Apostle Emeritus Safo.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. You say we make things clear for us. Bibi Abechira, Eba Bedin Komo, yeah, that's no paper papa.
Yo, thank you very much.
Lawyer Gary Nimakon Mafo, private legal practitioner. One and I would say, you know, Chichin and Komodo. Komna, Brofono King Kan, you know, and that's a portion of what lawyer
on your favorite radio station, Odds Digital Online.
This is coming from Louisiana at 15 minutes past 9 o'clock this morning. All the issues and more, interviews, what have you. Anope, the President of the Republic has declared Friday, the July 10th, and Saturday, the 11th of July, 2026, as the National General Cleaning Days in 7 regions that were affected by the flood. Now, the issue has become another issue, and we're looking at it critically. The President, John Mahama, has also issued a statement in regards to 7 regions affected by the recent flood as part of the nation's effort to restore sanitation and prevent future disasters. The exercise to be undertaken under the auspices of the Post-Flood Mitigation Committee and is themed Our Action, Our Future, Cleaning Ghana After the Flood, is seeking to mobilize citizens and government institutions to local authorities to clean communities and improve environmental situation. Now, a statement issued by the President Communications Office on Monday, yesterday, the 6th of July 2026, said the initiative forms part of the government response to the recent flood, which also claimed lives, displaced residents, caused widespread destructions in part of the country. According to the statement, the 2-day exercise is intended to rally Ghanaians behind a collective effort to protect life and communities. Under the theme, Our Actions, Our Future, and Cleaning Ghana After the Flood, this 2-day national exercise seeks to mobilize our collective duty to clean our communities, secure our environment, safeguard lives across the country, the statement said. Now, I have with me my correspondent, Nana Yaprekum, who happened to be a journalist and at the same time manager of Hot Digital Online .com website. Nana, no pay much.
Joseph Valentine, Pachana Pume.
Bibi Aboko, Eton Kanache.
Oh, Misha Hominia, a Ghanaian sense means you told I need it here for baby.
No correct. Bibi Aboko.
Yamia Biaboko.
Okay, now we floody actually in Bibi Kakra. Na anya Bibi Kakra, Krawachre in Bibi. Una wo fie.
Yeah.
You say Nipan Biblia displaced. Na enhyehyɛ ne tesan aban yɛ enhyehyɛ bi amomo den ni enhyehyɛ ekoso yentio
Me da seminua me ma tiefo nyina akye na no pay eno kresa de odi atudwa no ebra flooding no eba enra ne 1 week no aban no de enhyehyɛ egu akwan mu esan sɛ nipa dodo no akasa de afa ho sɛ enkopem da ben na saa ade saa flooding ebekoso aha Oman Ghana ama akum nkrofo na ama nkrofo enye baabi mfa wo mutiri ento na afei so ebese nkrofo ajapade eni nti edi kan no nhyehyɛ aban no de bae se afei die obepese Ghana Armed Forces no ebe lead team a ye de ebehwe atoto nneema se de be ya flood na emu nsensami eto ebetwa eni nti sa team no ye task force a post flood mitigation task force no Brigadier General Foster okan yebo a ena aban no ebo ni din se wo mo de sa nhyehyɛ de no ahye ne nsa se wo mo enhwe na wo mo entoto enima yi afi nsuso no wo mo tweska bi de ato se nkrofo a wo mo ho aka na afi wo mo japade asai wo mo nya baabi emfa wo mo tirintuo ebi mu a wo mo mpa asai wo mo mattresses ne wo mo japade se bi aduane ebi mu bedi kra ayeden no ye mfa sas ensika no so enye nhyehyɛde emfa ema wo mo eno achi ena se de na wo di tudwa no aban no asanso aye nhyehyɛ se nyame ya adoma efiada idi anime Friday July 10 ena afi memenda Saturday July 11th yemfa emprapra baabi a flood no ekokɔ so na afi enam so ama me say Valentine say ubedru enkran hanom baabi na wo de wani kyerɛkyerɛ baabi a flooding no ekɔ so na menua ani enya wokɔhwɛ bola esunsum enkrofo fie ene wo makwan no a asefem esan se we so kra betumi na so ama yare asan so aba beti atisi overhead na cholera de ne ho abegi malaria esan so abeku enkrofo eni nti aban no aye nhyehyɛ se yemfa encleaning sa bola ntitru baabi a flooding no ekoye no eni nti we ne nhyehyɛ ahodo bi a eka ho a aban no edi gu akwan mu sɛ de be ya baabi a omo nso ho eka ye ne ade no omo ebetumi anya asetena pa.
Okay, all right. Enti saa na be ko so weekend yi saa na tie
Mpacho sa pepepe.
Okay.
Sa pepepe.
All right. Okay. Minim say ball no so de wudi echi. Abrante ba ko an no wo. Eyi mu na hwemu pa on.
Oh, say dey nhihye no etie ne de eyedan a ebe show. Na so me in person the Valentine's or teams ahodo bi a na omo nso e wo competition no na after tournament no ma. Omo even after Ghana crown omo nso akoko fie no a. Actually say baby eduru ye no yenso na ya hoden baby ahoden ni betumi eduru an no nti no.
Enti de na ye on.
Sa pepepe.
And then yes, and then you go baby.
David.
Now what around here back be or no America say you're approaching no more per 70% of a year ni fee it says scared be man no per 70% we have any per 70% my sister baby broke silence and say sa na ko enti ni nuanu say na mo fa mo team.
Valentine ade ba ko nso ne say I say over Ghana see enipa dodo no a ebo GFA president no Keto Kreku din say sisi ano say ohwe problem a abeha Blaster no over the years a enye problem a ye betumi aka de gu players no nko aso akoye something like institutional problem. The institution and a lead football no Ghana Football Association no. Okay. And the president na onu di animu sisiano. Yentimi in fact Blaster no so no enkobo players no enja president no any ni team or do omo manage your football no. And me in person no I agree with omo be share sa thought no. Okay. It is about time I was say okreku na nkasa pa. On fa baby why year adwuma na bedru no ensi ho no ma na say be obi foforo nso fa ne nyansa emmeto aso. Okay. Unfortunately he is looking for a third term bid.
Oh no, yeah, or sample bio.
Of course la. Of course.
As or any business one.
Brown Pacho say.
You could do any business one.
Of course. It's obvious. Long football people and omo de ye akoma agro omo de ade na adane omo business we say one step down no ka say okwa obehwa mpampa so no akomwene because enkrofo a omo football business no mu no they are going to be influenced by money and they will go ahead and vote for him in. Okay. Football no ade national ade a say enkrofo nyina ani je hu enti no ye bisa say how long and Ghana Blaster and because so yesterday it is about time some changes ought to be made. Okay. All right. Nana, yenda se ochina nyame aduma ebehwe say ensem ni bi ai huhia ba be san fro. Why? Me da se bra pani. This ya won cry na wo enfa. Wo de enche sia wo ye. Me won cry. O say fro artificial intelligence. We AI. We I am available all the time. I know. Sometimes it is good to also move around. Now they do a system. Yes. I agree with you. When you do that, true. It's all serve the nation Ghana. Yeah, that's it. That's papa. No, correct. I mean, that's it. All right. Ye na ya preko na yete nka no. Enje me ne pina big with nkomo. Pina kra mo for education. It will be something beautiful for you this morning. One of the baby me, I say, every man, I find no draw me, yo. So be a mommy and me, and do any dream to me. I didn't want dear, but I get to one. You dream to me, but I get to one.
The interviews and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Time check is 25 minutes past the alpha. 9 o'clock this morning. Beautiful one from Muscoffy. That was the back in the days, back into time. Little bits of action this morning. And check now, Pinnacle Amufaba Education is on the line. Let me speak to him now. Yeah, I'm sure what he has for us this morning. Leading digital transformation with artificial intelligence. And the program is coming off on the 10th and 14th of the next month of August 2026. It's been a very beautiful program. So those of the applicants who have already succeeded in attending this program, will pay no curfew, accommodation, breakfast, and workshop material. After that, there will be a tour in the obviously the locality to have an insight of what is happening. Now, bankers, digital marketing executives, student SME owners, public service professionals, the media, oil and gas, and businessmen who are more interested in getting an artificial intelligence, the issue of the preparedness to get yourself acquainted with the intellectual property. And the program number so Hilton Hotel, Croydon, 101 Within Way, CR9 4HH. Pinnacle, it is saying.
I made the master to you my way the challenge.
What's the actual?
Hey, back gone with the days.
Yeah. Muscovy, in your part,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now then, I want my
great. But you will be out here. And I paid the member a quick amount because the good news is universities in no year they've come up with the scholarship system as final person de obano a bank one day either for September or January. Obenya a discount of around £2,000 plus fees will be
okay.
But the condition that you need to sell by register Obano. Now one started documentation process system. And this will fee so that's right. Because normally in so universities no kumana yana afibia and school fees no sometimes yana ta cost kakra. And you know but when you register Obano there it doesn't apply to you because it's already on their system. Nti ye mame nomne ye papa nomne ye nuanom so Obano will fee no person obey masters obey PhD obey degree even current so ye nursing no kura diploma na certificate but person obey top up degree kura wa ha and also so obetimi qualify for scholarship no ti na me di to just say a chief wa iti I friend me behind the scenes we also me ba wo fie akakra no we me ba no be wie anopa me sorry na me hu sa akopenya we ti me de me hu ade pa Pinnacle me ba betuga send the boa so bani fee ba dia send your kind obiti be kitu be no kofi this no man for registration na you register Obano na fa details na amount so that we now the documents in aba pay then we can do the application for Obano enti na de ho na won e wo kroman so e pese ye PhD no and as someone who feel no pese ye PhD no and also scholarship PhD for the amount visa for 4 years I know back with me sign adwuma say to so as a teaching assistant ni na Pinnacle beboa enti also so akonya no wo the chief wa iti na no pay good news am de brem no a me sa aka no eno no na me number ni is 079 47 15 2878 0794 715 2878 and conference na ye ka ho asem sisi kura de final we no kura ye the boat party betwea so anadwo ye to na wi anwumre na sana ibeja ye nkrofo ifi Ghana ifi Nigeria because program we ohia international phone na register mo ye nkrofo fi Nigeria ye nkrofo fi Ghana e bi fi Uganda and they are all registering and you know Ghana for wo ha tie through hot digital so who nua bi o Ghana na person join this program we it doesn't matter or a student kra obitimi amaye de account if you say obi develop a network with a lot of company for on managers name company for no so ba no Now we the Hilton Hotel cool for 1 week. And a pay ya. They did be in Ayafa. The workshop materials in your menu so you're some fucker.
Okay.
Na we are the boat party no. And then a year corner. I said triato. Na ye jaw in a coin for fair.
Okay.
And a year August the end it is almost done, but you prepare for January. The TFYT no. Ubetimi afrayin so pe hye bia. Tina no pay good news e wo ho. No. Ye ma me no me yenu ano. Mo na wo fie na mo person ba school. School ni the best opportunity. Obi also person ba koya ware e mo. Aware ne ka be be brave, but school is the best opportunity. Obi remu a obesanya CSW dia yejuma.
Okay.
So, nti we dey to adwuma so.
Yo.
Me da Van Dyke ne mpanifo nyina so ase for the good work ayi nyina ye.
Okay. Ebedasi pa.
And keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you very much. Pinnacle Amofoba Education. And yatin and Canyonia Amofoba. Johnson is saying Katia wa kan sembi na yenti kakra.
Sorry. I be ride on this concerns I wo system no mu. No akwa yeku.
Na general ebetumi aye possible.
Me kan nan say obi yeku sa abre ya. Or how near which a system said the Umbesi abo agent or so no.
Our Ghana high.
Our Ghana high bear say June for no. But Ubi sa who say so be the frustration. Also, so you're frustrated word drew baby. Ubeka say the address dear. Bibia nothing can be worse than the woman.
Yeah.
Enti dear ebe say babiano. What the frustration be kwa ko so.
Yeah. Oh sir.
Yes.
Why?
Because they all why boni no na onimu. Na they all ba the other ba unim. You don't know. Enti what we know now ne say your democracy democratic institutions structures no wo ho. And structures no enko yie. E be better 100 times better say ye betimi ama pressure. Nianya akwanya na structures no de enko yie no. Yebeka samuna ya treating mama na koyi ni ya save democracy no dan say ye be risk say obi de abufo beba be to democracy na gu ni asan ko start from ase hobby.
All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Never be forgotten, one of the finest high life artists in Ghana, talking about the Boga High Life Inclusive. As name is Nanato 4, may you so rest in perfect peace. We shared the same birthday on the 14th of February. That is the Valentine's Day. May you so rest in perfect peace one more time this round. In the meantime, in between time, Yang proceed to join the panel discussion on TV3 this morning in a short while, and then later on we'll proceed to bring you other subsequent matters this morning. AJN and Co Limited happen to be one of our proud sponsors, and when we talk about bookkeeping, self-assessment, especially for Uber drivers, gift aid claim, company registration, all kinds of mortgages and remortgages. One-stop shop to arrange for your general insurance, your life cover, medical health insurance and protection, P45 and P60. And we are AJN and Co Limited on 016344 70495 and 078830 777 and we are AJN and Co Limited. Let's listen to some discussions this morning on the TV3 912.
Into the entire cost of Big Push. We are talking about the lives of people that you cannot place a value on. We are talking about people that are left at the mercy of floods. And at the end of the day, the vulnerable
interviews and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
That this 2-day band-aid is not necessarily going to cure the larger problem. And the excuses they are making on projects and saying that, we've heard misappropriation, we've heard oral, we've heard so many things. As we speak, Auditor General's report, 250% increase in corruption in MDAs is there. It dropped yesterday. 250% increase in corruption. This when it came to contracts for the silting and whatever of gutters, among other things, they said now it sits at the constituency level and the MCs are supposed to undertake it. And funds have gone. I haven't seen whether funds have gone or not. But if there's a 250% increment in misappropriation of funds, then there's a lot of questions to be asked.
Speaking of questions,
especially in the capital.
Let me just ask you this. I mean, you are very close to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You are his spokesperson on gender. But let's just say that he came to you to advise him if he were the president and he took over and realized that there was some misappropriation of funds with monies that were supposed to be used in addressing flood issues. And those monies were, directed into COVID funds. And he asked you what advice you'd give him. Would you tell him that he should continue with the guide project? Or would you ask him to halt it and allow for a forensic audit of that project to understand why monies were redirected into other projects?
I would advise him that whilst we look into misappropriation of funds, we have to place value on the lives of people, especially women and children, and to expedite the project because there are still funds sitting in the coffers waiting to be expended.
That's what you'll tell him?
Yes, that's what I'll tell him.
Let me bring Honorable in at this point. I mean, of course, we've heard from the spokesperson for the minister who indicates that there needs to be some audit into that account, the guide project. But in the meantime, we also know that the president says we should go out and clean up the environment. Where do you situate this
thanks so much. I was even surprised that my sister would want to play politics with this because the MPP should be the last to be talking about how badly we have performed in terms of managing these flood situations, our sanitation matters, and all those things. But let me start by saying that, one, the call by the president for us all to engage in this 2-day exercise is a call in the right direction. Sanitation, or how we manage our waste, is key to resolving this issue. In fact, one guy sent a message which was just going to be one of the issues I would have talked about because sometimes they collect these things and you don't know where they take them to. We have also seen instances where we've seen long queues of these abubuya, those things carrying, is it abubuya or what?
Abubuya, yes.
Those things carrying the waste.
Yes.
Waste. They can't even find a place to dump them.
Yeah.
And these people, the moment they look here and they don't see anybody, they dump it anywhere. You understand? So the issue of where we are dumping waste. In fact, today, as we speak, we have a lot of unapproved refuse dumping sites. And most of these areas are in very obscure corners. If you go to any community today, you find that some amount of refuse is dumped somewhere, which is not approved. Now you ask yourself, when the rain comes, where do those things go? You understand? So those things, rather, they are pushed by the water to go and block our drainage systems and all those things. So it's an issue we have to look at. Now, the other issue we have to look at is how even we allocate our lands. Now, I look at it this way. The traditional authorities are responsible for selling these lands. But they don't have the zoning plan for the areas that they sell the lands. So the chief sitting there does not even know that he's not supposed to sell this land, because he's not privy to the zoning details. It is the assembly that is privy to these zoning details. But, sorry? But the assembly is not also the one selling the lands. So how do we bring these two agencies to work? The traditional authority that is in charge of selling, so that at least at any point in time that a land is supposed to be allocated, the assembly is available or is present to be able to guide the traditional authorities to know that these areas are not reserved for residential development. These areas are. You understand? But if we have these two agencies working at para, they don't even meet, then you tell me who. The worst of it is that the MC is sitting there. But it's only, you can't find even 10% of MC who are appointed without the approval of the chiefs. It's the chiefs who are consulted. And most of the time, it is their favorites who become the MCs, the MMDCs. Now, you think if the MMDC sees his position as one that was influenced by one chief or by the chief in his area, you think if the chief does an allocation, he can sit and call the bluff of the chief. He can say that that area is not meant for zoning. So they are compelled to accede to some of these demands by the traditional authority, because at the end, that chief there can even make or unmake him. You understand? So these are very structural issues. I don't know whether the election of MMDCs can solve that problem, but that also will come with its own challenges, because now the MMDC now seems, because some of these demolition exercises you see around, have you seen any political figure around? Like, if I say political figure, have you seen like an MP around? You will find MPs there because it's risky.
But they're party financiers.
No, I'm saying when they are doing the demolition exercise,
at that point,
you can find the DCE, the MCE being present, but you will find the MP there. Most of the time, you will find MP because it is politically suicidal to want to show your face at that moment. You understand? It's because the MP knows that he's elected, and he doesn't have to incur the wrath of these people. Now, if the MDC or the MC or the DCE also becomes an elected position tomorrow, now who leads that chat? Because that DCE will also have fear that if I lead this tomorrow, I'll be voted out. You understand? So we are actually on a difficult path. The way...
But should it be about what the people want, or it should be about the law and how that works?
It's all about our society, how we've structured our society. It should have been
but we
about
need to fix it.
We all know the ideal thing. But unfortunately, the way we've structured our society, you see, we should be able to do the right things, no matter whose ox is guax. But unfortunately, we are not able to do it.
When you say we are not, who are not? The authorities?
Even the authority. Look, everybody...
Who is in charge? You are in charge. The research you promised, you are in charge.
You've never been in charge.
You are in charge.
I'll come to you. You started with that.
You said we were not doing a good job. You say we are not doing a good job.
Let him make his point.
People die when they go and apply for jobs.
Allow him, please.
People die even when they are sleeping in their homes and it's raining.
Otherwise, when you're also talking and they interject, I won't be able to stop them.
The question I'll just
Bella, it is not true that the Minister of Finance has withheld funds that are supposed to remain for this dredging. And like you rightly pointed out, we have seen how, since the Gary project started in 2019, how the funds have been dissipated. We've seen how over 103 million Ghana cedis was released, and only 11 million out of 103 was what was used specifically for flood-related issues. You have 22% of it used for training. You have about 7.5 used for consultancy. You have over 60% of that amount used for COVID-related expenditures. Even when we were paying COVID taxes.
So World Bank is lying. That's what you're saying. World Bank is lying.
We have COVID taxes, we have sanitation levels. And we have our sanitation minister who had all these millions of dollars in her room. We haven't even come to that. So you see, this government came and saw that this picture or that area was murky. And it's not only that area. But it is not to say that even when they were doing those audits and those checks, they were not releasing funds. If you check, 2025, about $3 million was released by the Minister of Finance, and it was used by the Works and Housing Ministry to do the dredging. You remember the famous video where Atachia, when he was the housing minister, where he took Nanado to Odona, and they gave us a very beautiful scene of what we're expecting from Odona, how the Odona was going to be turned into one of the beautiful areas that you have in Madrid and all those areas, where we could even, to attract tourists and all those. What happened to it? These were all gargantuan promises they lined up, which they never fulfilled. and the monies that were supposed to be used to carry out some of these projects, if they were done and done well, today we will not be sitting here. Today, as we speak, this government has released over $10 million on this. And I can tell you that each and every penny was used for the purpose for which it was.
Over 10 million?
Yes.
From the guide
From
funding.
the guide fund.
Okay.
And each amount, each peswa from that amount has been used for that purpose.
When was that money released?
2025, 3 million, 2025 and 2026.
Okay.
You understand? And we would, the rest of the monies will be released. But you see, it is necessary that we get our acts well because the government, JM, redirected that we should repurpose this fund so that we don't have these other ancillarities taking a chunk of the money. At the end of the day, how can you have 103 or only 11 is going for the intended purpose? That is where we have to. So if we are taking measures to make sure that we curtail the wastages, it should not be seen as a way of not addressing the issue. Now, some of the issues we have, look, these behavioral issues is been spoken about by the president of today. I've seen videos of Ronaldo also saying that the issues we have in the country regarding the flood, they are more to do with behavioral issues. So it cannot be taken away from the fact that we have to look at how we manage our environment and see how that also addresses this issue. Look, this drainage, I've always asked myself, if we all know where the Accra water is coming from the Ebru side. Now go to the Ebru area, especially the base of the mountain. You have all manner of estates agencies coming up. All manner of buildings are coming up. Now, why don't we even have a policy that before you even give approval for any agency, any estate company to build estate, they should have within that estate this water retention ponds. It should be mandatory. Yeah. You should carve out some portion of your land to retain the water. You don't just come because you have the ability to build. You build, and the water that was supposed to be retained there now moves down.
But don't we have a policy like that already, where you're supposed to leave some parts of your land for greenery?
No. The only thing we have are the Ramsar which are protected by law. So if it is already there, you know, by our laws, some of these Ramsar sites are already internationally protected. You understand? So those areas, once you go there, then they become, because we are signatories to these international conventions, it becomes like an offense to trespass in those areas. But even with that, we still go and build in those areas. And the worst thing about it is that when they say they are doing demolition exercises, they demolish the top structure. And what is even actually blocking the water for seeping into the ground is left there. Nobody goes to the foundation to actually make sure that the foundation is actually demolished. And so we end up just I don't know, we are just putting the cart before the horse. And say we are there. So this issue is not so much of, I didn't want to go into politicizing this issue because we all agree that as government,
the news, the interviews, and what have you.
I want us to move on to our second topic so that we have enough time for that as well. Because then we'll have to keep doing back and forth.
No problem.
What I do, hold on, Akosia, don't worry. To be fair, let me just move through. If they don't have anything to say, then I'll come to you. But I just want to give each person a minute, and I'll time it so that we can have enough time to go into our second topic. Dr. Ramsey, do you have anything to say on this, to add on to it?
Well, Donna, 1 minute is not enough. But I think that... I think listening to Akosia, I can see that she's very compassionate about finding solutions and about what has happened to the people of Ghana.
Sad.
Yes, as she says right now, it's sad. But has she forgotten that under your government, you sank $97 million in a hole, Akosia, which
sat
could have
on
been
this
used.
studio once.
No, let him land
before he lands.
So that he can get his 1 minute. You will get your 1 minute too, Akosia.
No, for somebody that
otherwise, then I have to move
another
on.
Political party.
Please.
That doesn't seem to have any issues or doesn't take any
make his point
to anything that happens with this government. But only takes exception to what happens.
If you're being objective, I criticize that this government failed to execute protective measures when GMET issued signals. Didn't I say that this morning?
Continue.
I said this morning.
I just remembered an interview you granted. I'll continue.
Please. What I'm saying is that...
Continue. Feel free.
What I'm saying is that $97 million, you were in that government. Indeed, the deputy CEO of YE. In fact, under your ministry, you were in charge, under your agency.
No.
As part of your mandate, right? You had sanitation. And that's why you had a contract with Zoom Lion. Yes, still, Accra was deemed or was said to be one of the dirtiest
That's why over 30
city
people have died.
in Ghana.
Let him
and in
land.
Africa.
Let him land.
I'm asking him.
You can ask him when it's your turn,
I want
please.
to be sure where he's coming from, whether he's coming from a good place.
With the Garrett, well, I hail from the people of Ghana. When we sit on this platform, it is Ghana first. This is the stance of the United Party. And when we speak truth, we do not care whoever is in front of us. We will tell you the truth. And because we care about the people. And that's why I said that for over 30 years till date, we have failed the people. Akosia. And it's because of these things.
Care responsibly.
Now,
and
Bella,
and objective.
Under the Garrett project, they diverted $64 million to COVID expenditure. Did you hear of a Sanergu former PC of the MPP say that she got 100,000 CDs and that some of her party executives and other regional executives across the length of this country got free monies?
COVID money.
Yes? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about monies that were spent to procure vaccines through a middleman? And with this COVID vaccine issue, Bella, I can be the lead activist in this because I know much about COVID procurement, the vaccines, and things that Akufo-Addo and I.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming, please.
Did you take the vaccine?
Hold on, let him.
Please, let me.
Did you take the vaccine?
Involved in there.
I'm saying that
Did you take the jab?
There's more to this COVID vaccine.
Ramsey, did you take the vaccine?
I can speak.
Did you take the vaccine?
Because, listen, and I don't care because at the end of the day, it's the people's interest.
Did you take the vaccine?
Okay. Please. I paid for the vaccine.
You paid for the vaccine?
I paid for the vaccine. No, I paid for it.
You are prolonging his 1 minute because you keep interjecting.
Now, Bella, COVID-19 vaccines, you said you procured it through one middleman, a sheikh. You have the embassy here, Russian embassy here. You could have used diplomatic means.
Please. The floods and matters.
Money you diverted. We paid for vaccines, and the vaccines were not delivered.
You cannot have an issue.
Is that not right? So these are the issues that we are talking about. All these monies that we lost. Then
over $2 billion
we talk about the ghost name.
Annually.
Let Nelson just
National
have
Service Secretary.
his day, then we'll just move on.
We talk about the PDS.
Your critique is not coming from a good place, and I won't sit here and accept it.
Please. Oh, really? And yours is a good place. I go say.
Oh, yes. At least I'm clear where I'm coming from.
Let's be mindful of.
And we are not.
I'm clear where I'm coming from.
And we are not.
So
Nelson, carry on.
You said a whole lot of
politicians on platforms like this, then it's as if you are out completely.
You are not out.
However, I think that this banter is completely unnecessary. What we need to focus on more is what then is the way forward. There is a problem. We are all talking about the problem, and every year it keeps up, coming up for discussion. What exactly must we do as a country to deal with the issue once and for all? I think that one of the issues that we need to look at has to do with compliance, enforcement of our laws. As I did indicate, Ghana, we have beautiful laws, but implementation has always been a problem. And so we need to enforce the laws right from the district assemblies level to the national level. And so if you have a bylaw that deals with sanitation issues, it must be strictly enforced. Then also, I learned the Attorney General has sent a bill to Parliament to bring back the regional tribunals. I think that we need sanitation courts in this country, right from the district. We do have. So we need the sanitation courts to also, expedite their action so that if somebody is throwing something somewhere which is not supposed to be, then the person will be fined. Then also, initially, there was a conversation regarding we having a new capital city. Because when you go to Nigeria, they have Abuja and they have Lagos. And then when you go to La Côte d'Ivoire, they also have Yaoundé. And then I think that, but that should be...
Yamoussoukro, sorry.
Exactly, Yamoussoukro and then Abidjan. And I mean, Ghana's population is well over 35 million. And so I think that the time has come for us to all have a discussion around that topic as to whether a new political capital or administrative capital is actually, needed. And for me, when you ask me, there are a lot of, regions have come up for whether we should go to eastern region, to the northern region. Some are saying Techiman is the center of Ghana. But then we must go to a place where we will not face this problem in future.
Okay.
And as somebody who understands the geographical landmarks of Volta region, I will recommend to the government that we go to Volta region as our new administrative capital.
I see. All right. Yes.
And
you also have a
I take
minute.
exception to the comment that the banter is unnecessary and that solutions are important. The solution is in the Garrett project, and the area's ring fence is what will reduce the flooding. That report sits at the Ministry of Finance. Now, this issue about the $69 that both of them co-signed and agreed on.
65 million, you mean?
$69 million. The ranking on works and housing. AJ Corsa, and he's a member of parliament, he sits at parliament. He spoke to it, that 69 was actually an emergency release clause that the World Bank was well aware of. And that money was returned to chest.
Is it the money that we diverted into COVID? Is that what you're... It's 65 million,
65,
actually. Yes.
Good. So that 65 has been returned to chest. So there's no issue whatsoever. Again, between all of us sitting here, none of us can say we are more credible than the World Bank. With the stringent rules and the application of it that they put to their work, and for them to let us know that the funds that is supposed to be used for this project is sitting at a ministry, and our convenient excuse is that it was diverted, and as such, the minister has to look into it. Under an idea of a big push where over $10 billion will go into roads, with an annual clause of releasing at least $2 billion every year. Look at $2 billion and $69 billion that you wanted to hide under the cover of propaganda to say that it's the $69 million that is reducing, is delaying the project. Couldn't that same agency, given that, yes, the Minister of Finance, that is the caretaker minister for the Ministry of Defense, okay, knows and is aware that this will create a problem. If I can find $2 billion for roads that will be rolled out in years to come, then I can find the money that allegedly had been taken, only to find out that the money is sitting there. So let's not play with people's lives and hide under it. You talked about misappropriation on COVID amongst other things.
Hold on.
I thought you would have said that.
Hold on. Let me just quickly read this. So I'm looking at the report from World Bank on the Garrett project. And in fact, the delay didn't only start under the NDC, I mean this current government. And I'll just read that. So it says that as of April 14, 2026, cumulative disbursements amount to 137.66 million, representing approximately 40% of the total project financing. Disbursement activity had been limited throughout 2024 and 2025, with the April 2026 withdrawal representing a resumption following an extended lull. The project experienced no disbursements for approximately 16 months, November 2023 to March 2026.
Let me
this is from the World Bank
Let me
report.
help you cement the situation even better.
And it was due to government fiscal control.
The in charge, as we speak, the venerable John Dramani Mahama, is not new to the presidency. In 2012 to 2016, there was a flooding incident in which he actually came to say that he has tasked the Minister of Finance to release funds for a storm drain. And after that is done, there will be no flooding in Accra. He's been there before. So having known the issues that plagued his first, presidency, at the very least, you sit down with your diary and see these are the issues, the challenges I had. Maybe for me not to have these issues again, maybe I need to expedite.
I don't understand. What I'm saying, what I'm reading here is also from the World Bank. And I'm just reading, sorry, Doctor, please. And I'm just reading.
Oh, really?
That the World Bank says...
I'm trying to listen to her. When you're shouting over her, I'm not listening. I want to understand her point.
Oh, really?
When he's talking, you keep interjecting him. But listen, so we can end on this conversation. The World Bank itself is saying in its reports that that money was not disbursed from November 2023 to March 2026. November 2023, all through 2024, the NPP was in power. And so if you're pointing fingers at the current governments that they are the ones not releasing it, the question that should be asked, for that period, why was it not released as well so that we can address the flooding issue?
Within the projects that were ring-fenced, work started. even if the work wasn't drawn down from the Garrett projects, the MPP took the lead on projects. Abofu, Achimota area, there are several flooded sites or prone to flooding sites that they started work on. My point again is this. When it comes to the World Bank Fund, it's not a loan that we go and pay interest on at the barest minimum. You don't go for loans from the World Bank. On this particular issue, it was basically a grant. We are not paying interest on any loan. We were made to understand that Sisi Adapa had chopped monies. He even sat here and said the monies were under her bed. This was what he was referring to. No, but you allowed him to say those things. I'm curing it. No.
It's just a question I'm asking you so that you can land on it.
I'm saying that the work that we have done, you are saying that the World Bank is also saying that we didn't draw down on the funds.
Yes.
Then it means that no monies were missing.
I don't think anybody has said here that monies were missing.
They talked about misappropriation. Didn't you hear it?
Yes. But didn't you hear he was
sitting right next to you, barking in your ear that
monies were diverted into COVID.
And I just explained that on that $65 million that you and I are aware of, the ranking has said that money was returned to chest. Now the projects that they have listed, and I'll list the projects.
I have to end
so that because we have to come to the
because we need to talk about Eurobond. We don't have enough time. That's why I wanted to give everybody a minute.
Once you open the door, there needs to be time to clear the air. At least they sat here and created a certain impression. But we have to clear it because
how much did you
threw that in the red.
Okay.
The buses. Buses that cost $10.
You said you paid for it.
You see, you weren't happy when she was interjecting.
You said you
weren't happy when she was interjecting. So
almost
let her just.
You said you paid for it. The certificates, according to the same World Bank, the stagnation of the project, recent assessments by Garrett said it has been severely affected by fiscal controls introduced by the Ministry of Finance in 2025. The consequences include unpaid contractors, delayed interim payment certificates, slower execution of works, downgrading of project implementation performance, specifically outdoor dredging. That's one. Achimota Abofu works slowed. The Buzia Highway Drain Project on hold. Nima Paloma Odona contractor has abandoned sites.
But all this happened at what point?
And West.
But that's what I'm reading to you. That they said between November 2023 till April 2026. It beggars believe
that the basic works that I mentioned here, including the silting of gutters, amongst other things, that at least we routinely did, have been abandoned.
So you're not accepting. Yes, it's like you're not accepting the fact that.
I will not accept.
Yes, you're pointing fingers at them.
No,
they didn't draw down, but
they pointed
between your period as well. You also did not disburse the entire period.
So has the order been?
Okay. They pointed.
Let Anna come.
No, Bella, I will not allow you to do.
No. They pointed. I'm giving you more time than I gave all of them.
They in their collective ambush sought to put blame, and in my submission I said that. If you are talking about monies, whether released or not, if you can find $2 billion annually to push road projects, then you can prioritize the lives of people, especially the marginalized, to find $70 million to fix the problem. Let's not downplay the lives of people and
make your points made. Please let him also speak so
I am really taken aback. I've seen Akosia sit here to now give credit to themselves, especially the MPs, for dredging or the Odor River. Now, Bella, I'm sure you
All right, moving on quickly now and to admit son of Hot Guitar Online UK. In the meantime, in between time, we have more on our table this morning. And pay I was saying father-led visa travel and tours worldwide, and so Eboichidom. Father-led to 4 Ichirakwine Ewo 57 Stratgate Road, Frisbee Park, London, November 4, 3 Echo Green. I know a father-led visa travel and tours on 0207 6193843 0793965 6111. You know your father visa travel and tours worldwide. In the meantime, in between time, Hot Digital Online DAB online support. It's what in your doorstep and pay when we talk about the little support you can give. And no a Hot Digital Online Limited Santander a bank. and counter money is 763 64379 763 64379. Short code no, and she has 090128 090128. Into know your short code. And the Bombardier said, yeah, queen him there to a good and son pay. In the meantime, what you have for 079 314 06630 and no a hot digital online support for the DAB. Minka also said Step Ahead Foods and so Ghanaian Nyani Bebre. And Step Ahead Foods telling us this morning that you can buy one product in most of the Ghanaian leading shops, more Bankun, Fantidokono, Crunch, Plantain, and many of them do near the county. Step Ahead Foods and pay and so boy you don't from 074 976 56309 074 976 56309 and all your Step Ahead Foods. Rhapsody Apartment and so called Ghana now pay Airbnb baby which me at 2 weeks be and I say a long stay and I also say a short stay from our plus 233 5538 30229 plus 233 5538 30229 and plus 44744 5311 265 into Rhapsody Apartments here in Kyle say Danny Ding na bia na wo Ghana wo pe bibia lodge ho a omo free Wi-Fi and DSTV as well. $50 a night into Rhapsody Apartment and pay and so a boy chidom bombodia airport pickup electricity no one over slot. Minka also said live in concert Kwegunyame and the great band at the Davison Group band at the Maestro Kojontri and Fred Mewe in town on September 5th. Now, Basso Dominion Center 9 Broadway High Road, Wood Green, N22 6 Delta Summer. That force and Kuku from point MCs and DJ TQ and so on the night we'll play you a lot of songs. Fred 077 288 760 27 077 288 760 27. E&J Handyman, carpentry works, door fixing and hanging, fixing of kitchen wardrobes and wooden floors. And we are E&J Handyman on 07432402117. And no, your E&J Handyman. Now, pay swimming cows, one large and small room be our Beckton. Now, here, Diana Bobody and Fred plus 44 795 639 0380 plus 44 795 639 0380. In your Bema principal. I know your gentle reminder. Na in your principal, ni papa nimpon ni frimo, Mr. Stephen Anania Mankwa, aka Dukro, on the 5th of September, the Nayan Bebaso, at the United Reformed Church, Grange Park Road, Leighton, London, E10 5EP. Train station, no, Leighton train station, and as a Leighton station, Central Line station, Midland station, near Suffragette Line, Overground, Gospel Look. Now, buses 58, 158, 69, and 97. Into Shabia, which me afraid in your Alfred Drama and principal on 079 132 32778. And Ama Hilda was 079 432 32189. Nana Kwame, and she was 079 49 493990. Into Bebaso on the 5th of September. Papa enya 73 years into Unia Bema principal ne papa nimpono. Eba kola inu di nkomano pay. Ano pay uti cozy akosia menu ne the panel discussions across TV3 and other affiliate the NDC member of parliament for Yendi and so attending council so they need by all in regards to the flood ne the issues and matters arising at TV3. Eba kola inu di nkomano pay. Yembolito. Na I'm saying to you. And you?
Mr. Valentine, which you are Ghana for now. Now, I feel almost the same. Will be copper born, almost just 70%, and even 30%. Until football now, and coiling now, and I just say every phone will be said, man. One of these segments, until a voice no power, now I the honor private business.
Yeah.
I could say, if you also the president, only president to me, that time when I kind of 2015, it was a president. I don't have a meeting with the FA. And now, so Montale, argument no PA, Kevin is watching PA no buy. And all because also come we know catch a president and say, Munkia footballers in the Kaye, a lot of money. Now, invest in football. I think I don't want to go on or let the command or more aid. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure my share that. I mean, interview no emission live. So interview no Kruma.
President, so be say your football here. Your football here, and when you see Kawama, and into the letter come out, Saki Kevin President, if he black farm. Now, what better than I corruption. Say, Ghana be a yes, in free top because the three na pro. President Mama John said, Yamubu are dying. Trade fair, Chile, I was a Yamubu are dying. Also, what feeling yes, what I saw. Also, I feel a little bit Yamubu will be there, was Yamu the other. I don't know where you are from war, mine was having kind of corruption in free top. Professor Mesa say on Jefferson, I mean, the investigated the plane or cotton of fire. Said, I never say, I think I say infinity. Inti corruption, no one to us was as an example from this for Muka, no more Kodisika, Yamana, sit down with you, and Yamoya almost any actually. If we are saying your dear Nimano, your dear children, your dear Mananti, corruption in free top, nothing with the top, no, never.
Nati.
I don't get here, Abacasa. Now I said I'm beginning to love Yapa Serikatia. Also, kind of great. Or say, send your gun, yes, I had Sir Obi Matthews, so you could send any Pabezia Bajan son. In your bini, what kind of correct? Oh, man, everyone in Ghana is now complaining, say, I am worse than a president, a good father at time. And then, man, now, your tono, 10 cities, and then Oko Ghana, Omatum, Tono Bear said, 20 cities, electricity. And electricity, average person. Or take Ghana, and they can't boy at Dense and at UK. Ghana need for electricity £267 a month. Now, UK Kromane, what talk 150? That is what to Ghana, and they can't boy at Dense. Wait, come back and say about to us. So, to next time, I'm talking about you.
I don't have about the West. I could go into NTO, uncle. Yeah.
LPP supporters in your Navitia a tear for Javana and send me one there. Man, yeah. Wow, how long a fence NDC for stay in power, including Lawrence?
Lawrence or not, sounds 19 years.
19 years. And NDC for so at Atlas's time.
8 years at Tamel's time. You know. So why a calculation that so you know?
That means your calculation.
Before you do that, you do your calculation because you know the time of transfer. So what is the inference? Then I will pass out.
Them doesn't make sense. NDC for so one if you run inside but NDC. Until NDC for name the problem in a class in Shoto. Omunim. I mean, yes, or banana now, or the 200 Mutino or coming. Now, I mean, yes, and how long you people have been staying in power for? Ben no matter power. We name the problem addressing Shoto. Fraud it me see what Accra. We name. Man, there, I mean, you say, Ghana for your fine your woman. Yamfanya woman. Say, wait, say, next election, that's still about 12 men this year. It's up to them. Man, because in Ghana, fire phobia, van, they be a make say, dear MPP, na do a year, so go a lot. No, year man, come and say, a party will stay in power for so long. The omu here no man, omu here, you been in Ghana, na do MPP, a year man Ghana for.
Okay.
You go there, you see it. Say they Ghana ni wo ya dem one. I dem himself for order. no yare na ko so ni mu na o ma ni nsuo no o ma na aduane di na otimi gina ho one then be a one day wa aduane am obeka sa wonya fie ma no
okay
you go back and tell so asem esi o so crap na we any problem you and he says see no come to me that me feel say they have to go to so that next time what I say your friend say election bar beto ma NDC anaso beto ma MPP I know na make thank you
well man say thank you.
Oh, good morning, Mini, and I'm Bob Desire.
Me way pa na unso lawyer.
Me way pa me chia what you for any Van Dyke me chia no.
Okay.
Any so for David Yana me Mwaka ni. Na discussions here with the two and me chia kaka. And no na on the tabia me chia tabia mo na ya na me pese me kan bi ana me but it seems to me say normal course of Ghana. I was saying Ghana need baby when you radio and now bet and sending me. Also, Kakla bet me the abuam, also to me the boa.
Okay.
Because as some say, ensure you have Yenianum, Amwamako, or how it is here. Now, and Krafwa or Mokasama Abano, Ebejina Kasa. Na kasa wo mo kan ne se emre bi atwa mu sika ye de wo ho ne ye de akọ boa covid na covid sana ye no so ye o haw kasia na haye
yeah
na omo nwene wo mo asabi wo makọ o haw no mu eni ekwan e be fa so aboa wo ho na wo motumi anya adwuma asaye wo motuma back ya nwene sa de no na mom asamu achamu enoma en asamu asie no nya no na hia wo mu dede no enum bo na aban mu nkofo bi no ma mo kasa edi maba no eho na wo mu ebudu braves no na eye mu manwa yie eba ne sa
okay
eti eba se de to me mawa se de wo ye ya wanye yie no brana be ye mani nye yie na amfuso a oye no so wodi na fam na kwaso na Ghana enya ohumfaso banye se ubegyina na bakikata nsam no abonte keke na emwa di homo enhwe ewu a omukasa ewu omukasa em so ze eye ahometisem ba
yati
di esrewo omukasa yi
papa lawyer Amanse Nyamisha papa. All right, enti Aqua David enti o.
Yo, Mr. Valentine, me das we bring you push out. Lawyer Amanse, lawyer Papa, Amanse for lawyer Papa Peruno. Nana Misa, Nana Looting. Kwabekam. Obaya etikesi area dikesi man de nkofo no. Nso obundi esiam de bibi. Na so nkesi na pia o, na se na tampa ke choba. Everly Fred Kofi official this year. So Nana Kwame Obrimpong is at for a club which be a child, Mammy I feel support, Mammy Alice Pedu. Nicholas me now me any Mama child mom Miss Mammy Sewa, Mammy Chopper, and near Bush of Macadina. Say na le amanse ka no on say unya enipa etime eye bold so but be bold etimbe ka say covid ba ya iwiase nyina buku tudwi 2 years na play to that that's what I say ya say ganisika e de ayesa no ma no ese ni pakro no just onu akaza no odanya ne ya ne esum na tiko we be say ye man the drum ye ko na ka bi on say akwa we say Mugabe papa ono ile ne ba abawa bichaun on say Mugabe no han mo ko Ghana we NDC no on say opa e show na pucho
yeah
say ne boss for our mo ba mu na kakra o memna atodwane adi nti no maka chese kuka asemu egu weso So kokase bui efegu yeso. Na oman ye chichiru. Oman ye chichire na obi a oti woro mo a eni wadwe se e kira nkwa ubewu. Ebia na unye ngui. Enya de ofi se eno me ko yie ma wo. Nanso e kira so e wo ho. Se no get just what kind na bedwe ho a metiase. Eje NDC for muso ekuye. Muso kuye. Ena mo eku eche ne modia de bedu sa empepezo yi. Na de mo pese ni panyima mo no muso nyama wo sa. Yele wo enye ode no emfa nje wunua. Bibusa se na ju eno me sisi Ghana no. Eya na NDC for kwa na ju no eye obodia na. If you say June 4th, June 10th, June 29th, and no Messi Ghana June 4th, any pay we June 10th, any pay over 150 in a week. So also and that year June 29th, any pay.
Okay.
And the end is for and the part of Mopa to be Ghana to question baby sir. Well, maybe that's why.
That's it. Kwame Peka, I'm into you.
Conforme da sene akwanya na menchi akwa David Oko CCA na misa and to your communicators, the Ghanaian communicators are more alpha or more Becca Samo, my Nkoso, ne ED. And the silent listeners are Muti, no, the VIH, Mutne, the Munsun Nasi. Lawyer man say a bow of us on a pray. Lawyer Messer when it beams more Jim Dosino, when you're regular platforms like this. I'm on share my opinion. Asema will be a family a transfer or TV3. Mehune said, lawyer, don't be surprised. A known NDC platform. Our Muyi or Muin a year campaign at the Mar a year Mama any NDC. 2024 elections no more. So also the composition of the panel, it tells you they've been hostile to the NPP for so many times. And to almost kind of correct, and to almost neutral, almost NDC platform. More honor the bid and they say, yes, say, Papa, Bonio, the support to NDC. And I'm surprised, say, NPP for grants. Now, what I just look at the way and almost see a social Kushia said in previous, I could go in your group. And to sanity, a lawyer. Now, the woman said, at the end of Sergio Mama term, we say, he will only be the president under a democracy where spent 10 years. Or 10 years. So, we have 4 years, we say, you say a democracy after since 1992, no? On one waiting in 10 years. As a ocean record, achievements. Now, be such a non qua when all this year, no, again, and then as a one she na one control emotional, one she not what can I yanka. And in Tina, there be a cassette. So, what to a bar will be the tone of hot trewa, it was so teen in some way. Some kai pass a year 2024. And now NPP she say a manifesto. Now monthly bisa 94 more dear or hefa. I say pressure ne call almost you call Ghana for near could be some margin. The Mukaya, if you recall, because they don't have the mind of themselves. If you know say what's in saying akase, a flat is here. You catch the Ghana phobia should be a papra now only their own papra in future. That is our one TV. Our no Sadi we say, any idea standard practice for every Ghanaian. Send me fee out or sorry or Yahui. At to rent a mercy, oh, Shesso, Bibe show leadership. Is as yet your mind she can pianica. Passing the catch also for so for prayer. Now, where is you fear? There is no mindset, there is no policy to send your catch or bow hollow babies are watching. And Mran Kaya Shishes will be to me a castle, me crady away woman. So you can't leadership what? Tell my COVID here. Me, I my agenda 111. COVID expose ya ma ye hu se san atorenchen si a ye dampan nti adwen kese and who said no sooner ni atu ye pese bi betu ye bi nti yen hye ya ya resa and na o sha se adwen kese se yen fa agenda 111 so we obi a odwen o man hu after 8 years awakotena se amanka ye kasa president mama ye bibi in your last days leave a legacy yen hu she. So we share the sense of hopelessness and despondency. And that your mama, who bizarre say, why? Maybe senior. We are telling say it's all because of the choice we made. It is a year called about 2028. Say you better swear, Gina. May I say, oh, we are making we any obi free by being free. Say no one here the be here a Gina see Quadia. And you was a bonepo. You know, my friends.
My matter ain't you, Uncle Francis.
You meet you be
a jodo.
I don't come a medra was. Many more muario, but a dalit, but a bookaya. Mambe ekala, ella, nebe ganan, mabassit cellular. The beer more on fatala, yes, solo, the ganan and you. Moya ya vuamu post fat say. Nama Ghana no for America, but the best start best of a bullet. Of what's it? I don't come, Mamma bed my yet Jenny. Oh, sank a very, oh, you baby Ghana. Mampa boy dead. Yes, I away, you will bring my was it. Mexican friend, Mamma, what brand your choir? My Mexican for what brand your choir? Can an me. A brand in your choir. Pay you far as it can bear you. What an animal. Now, a son was son, Ockham. Yet the gun as a winser. Champa bar. Said the gunner, penny walk a boy. Where you dare so far? There I don't want pie or Magana. Now, the medallions to be being service. A bethum, well, on for what? Fantin the mother. No, you don't walk or don't so what one pie because our Bible with dead. Papa mo, bonumo, or that didn't I say, as a man. Mamma's friend there. Ghana is a Ghana. You there, young man, near bird. You party some of the mumu, which I don't belong to in a party. No, mamma, pandemic comes, mamma can free. Ghana. Come on, Kume, it's a young vulnerable. Fayatan say a wedding. Nama Ghana was right. Amen. When they be alas, bye bye.
Coach Francis, ain't you?
Van.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Van.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be SC work. Ghana, chrono, useless. Oh.
Useless, they're useless, Mr.
Okay, we are being governed by people that are not even control. Look, wouldn't be a cost.
Then a cost.
Me fear what down summer, right? Yeah, baller. You need to be a two got baller goose as they Ghana. Yeah, be fat baller now. My sister say, baller man be obiaya diving or the fat baller. No, just 100 cities. 100 cities. O baller no di kuma 100 cities. We are paying taxes in Ghana, and we have a government that is spending our taxes, and it cannot even give us refuge. Man, there's a many. Typhoid fever, malaria, a bad pandemic in Ghana. I'm telling you, it's true. So when I use that word, I don't have to put excuse because we're putting people at the helms of affairs. We have health minister, local government that you say, they can't sanitation. Look, we can't even sanitize our own country. Accra, Bola, Choku, Ban. What is happening? So we don't have to say we are all Ghanaians, even though we live in the diaspora. When things are out of hands, we get so frustrated now. Sometimes we don't know. Look, and let me go to the judiciary. Wouldn't say judges and prosecutors and they are doing deception to Ghana. Look, say, charge me for murder, my rape bar, my shoplifting, my arm robbing. They will never charge me for 5 counts. They will only charge me, they will convict me on
based on the crime committed. Based on the crime committed.
Yeah, but they would never charge me for armed robbery, rape, and all that. They will gang all together, and I will be sentenced. Ghana, there were judges are. From I want to me, yeah, the no court one. So why away, but they are wasting our taxpayers' money, and the judges know that they chama want to me, yet to me sentence, for all these offense. Young quantify on young one. I don't know, what kind of country are we building? Are we building a nation or we are just dividing ourselves? Look, we should be careful with what we are doing to Ghana because, look, when we have a political party that have that kind of vigilante ideology, the president, I'm quoting his own word, you back to trust someone. This man is the president of Ghana. So, you say, Nipa say what your president are. That is why Otimi motivated a binum to say Dakpanin or normal Motimico Bubun Crawford dying, a chicken Crawford, Yachiobi, Yamani bail, or Ghana, or court. Our bail, Yamano, what do you call Yamano exit, so bit my call. Medical care. I feel caught and say, yes, as I channel, so bank, I call you no anisika. Is that a crime to go to bank to get your own money? Hey, look, we should be very careful. NDC is not democratic. Yeah, NDC believe in vigilantism. This is what I'm saying. Anyone belonging to NDC have to be careful because they don't know about democracy.
That's Francis Sudiano. Freddie, ain't you?
Valentine.
Yes, sir.
What to make? That's it. Now, me for sure what to say.
Me here, Muswe.
Radiadom.
Okay, ain't you?
Sabini anomo adofo na and they me bonito ntino. Tiano better form.
Okay.
Na die dikan ewiase amembu dia emudru. Eno ntino ye de nimdifo enyasafo ena edibu ma. Na se ukofa enipa bi edi wachi ya omu ni suahunu bia na omode a ne se buga obetoto minus esi edunketia ekasa ye no ne nkasem no o si ye wo institution na institutions ni nyina efeli na hu kosam ye tenase your branches of institution that you better me akasa ama abaya otetu ehu se odi atutura semo a ense umfata so obedi se atutura sem no na yetumi atia na ma watwe asan esentrefo wo ho ya munim masia de ehu no amambo hu biribi na omampanyini aba chief justice otie dwaso onye boni bia oni atutrafo aka wotia pam say yebepam chief justice yebepam justices yebepam asojafo mpanyinifo na one start ade na esentrafo edo fu edi atirenti no won ebo eje omampanyini no so ema yepam mpanyinifo etisi no opanyini na tumi aka say mi yi adedisa won wo ho na memme de medie ababeshem me judge fo a me de asem kokota won be di amame na me de won aba besem amotumi ye ne saa ensentweni bia nkasa obi opanyiri bia nsori ankasa mo omampanyiri no ehun se wura ade a wuye ye tutu asem na wudie no ama otumi yɛ saa nneɛma yi nyinaa na abebia metena ase dwene ho na mekae invisible forces ne ade a wɔn pagya sɛ aka wɔn yɔ na Ghanafoɔ start tia owura ɔmanpanyini Akufo-Addo na ɔmanpanyini ɛma invisible force foɔ ho kɔka atwa mu ɛwɔ abere a wɔn aban ɛna aba na ɛha adwene bebree sɛ nim sɛ sei ɛna NDC foɔ yi ntia mammu ase wɔn ɛba bɛyɛ ɔman no a wɔn sɔre ka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ owura Akufo-Addo aban no is right for coup ɛnɛ ɛnyɛ MPP ni bi ɛna asɔre ɛka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ Asiedu Nketia ɛna ɛka na sɛ Asiedu Nketia ɔyɛ chairman of the party ɛka nsɛm sei a na what does it tell us? Ɛsɛ ɔman no abɔn aprɔkɔ akyire kɔn sɛ sei Ghanafoɔ ho kyerɛ wɔn a akatua nkɔ ɔsoro sika bi nni hɔ wɔto ade a yɛntɔ nneɛma bɔ nso kwaa na ɛkɔ soro. This is ɔmanpanyini a ɔgyina yɛka ne sɛn campaign platform so promise Ghanafoɔ honey na ɛnɛ yi ɔbaayɛ ɔde bitter ɛna ɛde ma wɔn obiara ayɛ din ɛne ɛtoɔ ne yɛhwɛ no na yɛn mu bi yɛba ha ne yɛba bɛkasa ne yɛnya aberewa a ɔno wabɔ ne bra awie na waba no wabɛ sopa yɛn na woka n'asɛm a na wabɛkasa ya aworo ayi yɛka ne sɛn sɛ ɔno no ɔbɛbɔ odua wo maame mata yi nyɛ ɔno na da no mebɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ onyame hu Ghana mmɔbɔ yɛ a ɔbɛte sii m'akyi ɛbɛsopa a mewɔ akyire no sɛ mpaebɔ a mebɛbɔɔyɛ no ɛyɛ fake a ɔman ɛrekɔkyew maame panyini wodeɛ bɔne a ɛkɔ so no wonhunu mu biara ɛnɛ NDC-foɔ mpanyinifoɔ nyinaa te asim ɛfiri owura Mahama ɛne ne nuanom NDC chairman biara ɛne wɔn akyitaafoɔ ɛtu galamsey yɛahono nso yɛahono nsase baabia wobɔ ɛnɛ mo se ɛyɛ woba a na wabɛbɔ owura Akufo-Addo ɛne kyɛma wontumi akyi na wontumi no a mode saa ɛyɛ no monyɛ no nkɔ na mmerɛ yɛnni nka so.
That's a friend in Sudan. I almost for you.
Yeah, Valentine, it's with you for.
Okay.
It is all here. Yes, about then and I'm Shirama John Dramani Mahamani, your vice president. Say, Juma Panon Koswa and Koso. Valentine, I didn't say, Rana, you misunderstanding Kakra. It was like, you really allow me to make my submission. And I don't think that it was wrong. And I say, Nyaname urging and as a may suggest to say, as the leader of an opposition party, Baumia, going around to see with his own eyes, say, this is the level of damages and as a Nema Akoswa and Kuyino. And your report in here, and these are our recommendations to the government. So you call Kobaya no Nema Yehuninti Sabani, BBC Nisenia, Ebebwa. Then we can say that rounds now here, it has been a constructive or progressive one. This is just, I was just suggesting, has it presented any kind of recommendation to the government? Because even if you listen to the media, radio, you can say, I'm all for we'll be in a dream about urban planning, the city planning, the need for people to change their attitude and all that. So it was what I was commenting, but you thought that I was being mischievous and I said, like you said, somebody is urging me to come and speak on this platform. No. I call with my own will, and I appreciate the opportunity I want me to share my views. Me comment in Valentine. Say MPP, and I said the opposition party in parliament, let's say the legislature or parliament, I haven't seen them criticizing any policy and coming out with alternative solution to the government in terms of education, agriculture, health, roads and transport, employment, or any other thing, energy sector. So what are they really doing? Because when you see the platforms and as other social media, say, in your friend or say, Ahochra Bagana for so. But that is not the reality. Ghanaians are not complaining of any economic hardship. And the facts are there. we share policies in India by those nuisance ones that were existing under Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. It has brought economic relief to the people. And it's over, and then now we can say, so I don't get it. Imagine with the existence of those previous and the scrapped levies and taxes, then what would you say? Because these were taxes and levies that were making economy difficult for the people. And this government has scrapped it. Energy sector, the energy minister, in collaboration with the finance minister, the policies about yes, 1 CD on a liter of petrol and as a diesel. They are able to pay those debts. They say Dumso is not even an issue in Ghana anymore. And if there's something critical, any policies and measures be critical and is not good for Ghana now, we expect the minority in parliament to come out and criticize it and come out with alternative solutions for the government to implement. This is what I think will help the MPP. But Niaman for the Nam will be throwing from every angle. No? Somehow it's not helping the party. And oh yes, Anna, this is a new age. People have access to information right from their palm. Internet defamation and as in trying to be a walk of our buying hono and never my party na any that sympathy and I say criticize our buying. Information is all over the place. And that's my suggestion. We want to see the opposition, the minority in parliament active. They should be up and doing and come out with critical criticisms and answer constructive criticisms and with alternative solutions for the government to implement.
Is your government adamant on the job? That is why you want to seek audience from the opposition. Is that what is happening?
No, the government is not adamant on the job. The government is delivering. The government is actually delivering.
So what do you need the opposition suggestions and ideas from? Why do you need it?
For the nation building.
Okay.
Of course. The government cannot be perfect. The government cannot be perfect.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say they come out with perfect solutions and policies.
Okay.
And that I'm saying is that if there's the need for criticism, now we want to see the...
Because these same people, when they talk, you say they should not criticize. And then want to seek audience from what should be a constructive criticisms. You, in opposition, I told you, you did the same thing, they will be doing the same thing. So now it's as if you are telling them what they should do to help your government. Is that the agenda?
I think there's too much excess channel of talks coming from the MPP angles. The social media, go on the social media and it's all over. And that is what I'm saying. MY is not constructive enough. We want to see the minority in Parliament House doing constructive criticism.
So now I think the government should tell the minority so that they'll be able to package themselves with the kind of criticisms they should come out with, rather than maybe when they speak, you be bastardizing them. When somebody about me, go and do this, you talk about it. And so you just have to let them know that this is what you are supposed to do. Is that not so?
No, they cannot dictate to them. Actually, the government cannot dictate to the opposition what to say.
Okay.
But if they, on their own will, if they want to come out with criticism now, it should be constructive and reasonable enough.
All right. We hear you. One hour
Hello, Ba.
Yeah, I'll bring Pony.
Good morning.
Morning, you ain't you on pay.
Yeah, no pay there. Metia and you know medical because I could na me akwa take Kwame Thames Smith, Fred Lee, also for Kwa David, Uncle Joe, and funny thing. Any penny na Obaya can marry na in your money before you come up. Valentine.
Yes.
Say, me experience I'm not going to Ghana no. Say, first experience in now we take a day Mahama. Ububefu, just Mahama Krano. Ububefu. I didn't think make us say, I am one. Say, a nipa binum timi fresh Ghana. Aye. Say, waba. First, never could 1,000 power. As I'm coming, we could 1,000 power. Me timinya 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And then I'm a quarter ton. Na minyano 900 Ghana cedis. And me 2,000 Ghana cedis, no. Me timi enye bi manika. And then we could the same 1,000 Ghana no. Binya 2,500 Ghana cedis. And Nema na me turn 900, you know. Say me turn 1,300. Misika ikura no me de kota de eswati. And Nema me koto no so esu kosro. Na yetimi nye nipa e ma ne beka se o man no yi a na me bisa me ho se sebi adwen ben e na do mutrim. Ni etosu mienu. Do you know say in case na me back Monday? Because of the flood, you know, and me can see because me kaswa kabia ni wa ebe family, and you know I have to cancel it. Unfortunately, you know, peak season, and who cancel will take it after so be 120 cancellation fee, you know. Over say the additional that day, you know, cost of the ticket, you know, say a low, say high. Unfortunately, you know, it cost me 800 additional pounds for me to get another ticket. I didn't think that's flood a buy. MPP was so no. Mama, okay, and say, what Aqua Jessica, and what dear baby sanitation ministry, and Sabina flood as you. Flood near a buy, and Kunipa, I never ye. And so Mama begin now catch a gun for say, a kufuado. Sikana or Kodzi, a swimming fast war. Sanitation ministry no baby and a swimming fast into about best grabble. No back, no beginning ye. Na me say okay mama brana be ni ubaya and then flood no kunipa a block ni petika so the whole 2 days no obintimi mba and then am massa flood na ba obegu zoom lion na nia the 50% of the flood no ewo sa abobo yafo na omo sisa bola no omo nya ba bi omo de sa ne mo no bola no ebikugu and say ofri kaswa ebesina ko udru or say makati hill oma create downside bi wo ho and abobo yafo no minim omo heda so omo heda na mo ka ne say we den na aye no omo ja bola na gu ho egu kwamu egu hi omo dampo a obia nka ho hwe enti ballers no omo kogigi nkofo sika no omo e de bola na kotu egu a no omo kotu egu ba bia enti yen ho no wotumi se flood no ensuo na twio nanso anwea ene fi ene block yen ye kwan no a wontimi emma enye ensuo ne block yen ye o ya anwea ene fi ena a block na ebra na kufa do ho no bibi sei ebetimi esi wo Ghana na yenye obi so ye president de bia kwa ameka bene ne ya den president mama onye leader only any qualities of leadership so obi a onye leader enka ontimi emeka say akwa do abambone nti ama blaster ekobo bola ni ye lusu enti ene ye lusu ye no se me sumo right se me ka so no na bambone na bamfo nti no e na blaster so ye so ye de ye lusu obi a so ye leader kasa nwene se asema mekan otira ewo nsunsanso ewo oman ne so uka asem to kra asem ko na uka liti a unua no upa no aba be west then you call yourself a leader and say the person no many obusomfo timi benya akokoduro ka se nananom enhira no anyway abusomfo no honhom no ye wo an robbers wom and ye wo criminals wom enti bia criminal spirit no an robbers spirit no say yes okofikwan so and what it mamu hu and na tobi kwa yi nso oda ben kwa fie enti sa evil spirit na omo associated with NDC no omo na enhira Mahama because in Ghana papa nke ye hu papa
ebufu aba metewase ya botre why
yo ma say ukoska kra o ho no wakako spend o ba fie susu a na wasan obi wa mu mani yenti no wasan tua almost £1,000
no kra ya da say Jeffrey yenti o yanko.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, na poe.
Me ho pa.
Yes. Na asi no ketia anoma bia respa bibia gu no so mana.
Nesem na okeka no. Well, me nim why into cancer.
Because it's strange. Me say ma oka no very strange to me. No omo who said nya omo ye no. Omo we ye bibi betime si to say akwese Ghana na kwa emienu. Wo ye ndisi ni a emre new. But we MPP ni dia emre due. But say wo ye nsa so a, mosa no wo create bibi na ma wo. Don't let me tell you. Nti omo nkasa no, em so mo bo hu o baby. Omo bibi kasa kire o. Me de me nkasa ku mra o. Say obi me nkasa putu o hye. Sister dey bi di bayere no. Na o fe say sasabrosam.
Wan sasabrosam obosonfo.
Na bosom ne sasabrosam mo munye minua no.
Ni di no le ko ti ni o se fa no obosonfo to de yen hwe.
Selifu ba ni isifu ba omunya nya kremofo ba. Nya kremu ni ba.
Uncle Jeffrey. Is ya the why ha. Wo de yen ko enim. You can then na wo pesa wo kan enti o.
O kanu. O say ye yi taxes e free ho. Enti amafo ho tom. Na wan fa nka ho say o ma to electricity m, o ma to nsuom de, enti wan fa nka ho.
Just say Ghana for no complaining. I say Ghana for no complaining.
I'm so who ye. Tachima jom for ba I'm so who sa bi wo
well no can what he's saying. I cannot check man make so no do if you who but I say Ghana for complaining. That's what he's saying. I know say you heard him saying that. I didn't want to banter because it's serious if say
man don't form my say omunye mo makota bebu ye nto. Nyɛ job ako tachi man kesim wini ba hefa job nkran ba bia jo for my su.
Okay.
Akuafo su sɛ ɔmo no ba ya ɔmo dɔ esi ɔmo buro ye ntɔ ɔmo ye ntɔ bayire ye ntɔ bibia ye ntɔ osi ɔmo at times wo be ka nsɛm we nu a ɛna binu ba be ka kyerɛ sɛ bibia na me modi na o si ye kase tia wo no because me who adwene da sa kwa we ni trim. Na memra ayi Black Star force. Minia. So what is that ensem na ekoso sa branch ya. Yes, almost na kadua ombaji mu 70%. Me de maka say the whole GFA no e wo say ye dissolve no. Say government me amfa na nsi form because akufo ado ye amanfo kasa ya na omudi committee hwan na sem kofa bae. Ise be basa na ni akwa we su ye ne di ma hu se so na last me catch say omo pe administrator na omo take over na sa football ayi for no any representative se nipa mienu miesa na omo meka GFA ho na mo me amfa ta ayi ni sa nkofo no omo tititi mo Ghana omo di omo nkrofo na ekosisa omo nkrofo di omo because hwebo dia ye bo ye who said that me catch say Colombia be say 4 yeti kwa na ye yeti na ye pa Colombia for no omo chances no omo mese ni nyina me wa say omo chances omo nya no so omo ye chance be ni nya ye ye ni Colombia match who chance be ye nya ye ye bobo ni na wachiri ye bobo ni nyina pass ball wachiri sa just like that there they pon Jordan abrante papa yi wa bre what was America untimintu ultimate pass ball no na so na ball dey na ohwe just because it will be interesting until the GFA no dey also omo dissolve GFA no na minister of sports no say yin free okopia dam so no onye competent o say yin free ho
okay
no almost start afresh na schools and colleges no secondary schools and colleges no omo kom na science inter colleges no football no omo mananya effective you betime nya play good players free ho no na munya local players na ye good na mu the foreign ones ni bi basisi ayi your friend say Quebec nipa hin na professional omu team na ho no ayi na professional and say Caricao say he
one or two people now
local players omu say colleges no omu competition na effective
all right
omu good players free ho na the foreign ones na kakra bi basisi no munya isa ayi friend say pintima me top ball team na omu ko represent ya de no gwase e mai no
that's far enu a wo free Ghana enti o
me da wase pa wa ke frame tete no ka sa fi sunyane
okay tete enti o
yo me chia ma me dora eni Ghana for lending na me nyan ko ma mo di na pese me kabi
enti o
say minority entimi kasa minority kasa pa o be kaya good for oil good board adanis kaneni adiako boa economy minority epeja assembly ko parliament And I'm so much doesn't tino, or more cast of company. I'm my grandpapa and suit to say, I'm penny my investigate. And can I say, Yera, Samijan Viba, Parliament, Yanto Tunano, or man penny. Big push, or my penny see obey pine. Contract na idea mama phone. Ubi wa kra contract certificate go nibi. Onika greda baako ana excavator baako kra nso ya man kwan kese a oye. Ye mfa safo no mra na ehwehwem. Na ehu se hwan na ne saka contract no. Na contract no kwa ya mfa tender eye so sourcing. Na so sourcing contract nso de enimra mu. Let's me na me pe wasema na mama contract. Sa na mama panyina ye no. And also minority the parliament on both to guye. Enti no, omo boy djuma, afenyo make mu ye djuma na bibi na e bibi. Okay. Omo dodo na omo de fa bufa yeso. Afe blasters o me kakakra. Se be kaya, TFA chama mi ba e friend Uncle Pen Kofi.
Yeah.
Oba ye no ohun say, yes, ohun say Ghana football atoso. O ka kire say on prepare resort. No ndi o ye 5-year development plan.
Yeah,
Obetiki youth no mo so be kai papa na. Ama ye di anya blaster, am pendant pa Pen Kofi. Ni so dey no be.
Zatam
nya blaster youth no e be gina mu e ball. E be nya samia jemu. Bates mu na de o le mu nyina be da bi. Awuri saka mu. Na de se unu anim a ye mpaase o. Sa na Ghana football boy. Na asemu a coach ne ko no ka ye no emu do o se nya Ghana football no ko awu ball na e ball no field ne no ko na Ghana hia siesie e wo empanyimfuo mu nkwara mu aban mu ye se bibi wo ho a ahinta coach ne hu tinia coach ne hu ye no empanyimfuo no mfa no ntena se no nkyere o kwa e fa so a e be sese Ghana football ye na koko football ball na do so do. First no na uti mame dawasi na mwie na sabi u akurase a ubenya kwan abo Ghana blasa enne se uti akurase ti sa udu se ka mu aka nda wonya bi modda ti se dada bafo no to da yumu o tubi ka na ogina mu bo masa na mo mi ansa Ghana football na be yie na damase
da se pa ye nua no so de no nti enche be mai mu so na sofo esuming ane CCBC sorry so the nyamse no bebre ya no pay. E beda mu na ase in the meantime na enche be mai musu anope.
Interviews and what have you all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station.
Ofa CK yenti o 2 minutes na empo 2 minutes yempo 2 minutes.
Yo kakra mekane obusumfo obata ke Fred no de yem nwanwa kire say so we are mature politicians now. You don't go to platform and say, "Me ba say in the mayor, win the economy, the standard of economy, no bit imagine so the boomano." Into the argument, you know, and it doesn't hold water at all. Into a bosom for Casai baby, I know I won't care for San Waka. Momo buy, you know, and this for buy, but ye buy more position, ye buy base, ye buy base, and mobile, what you may idea. And then a yard, yeah. Na the Americans says your man this ya boy no ye criticize sabani ye bibi no yenka na film campus ye nya television Sunday programs and no say politics Sunday no and ka man for here na politicians ni here no man na platform na conform musa o question and no boy man and now say ye kuro has near towns so ko you know be after say prime MP kura na dwuma ne sanya wondimi nka eno anso man sika kakra wa je no ko gotua ma onum te de ogotua ma ya de papa ne ko anye oni ba bi da na wonum nyina ya asem nti manfo ye nya political education in our country.
Okay, that's papa if only 2 minutes yempo your time na so
yo Valentine with you me con straight abranti or Finland obusun foi Dr. Bawumiansa ni the flag near the brand. Don't be finishing the flag on the idea. Go to 2024 manifesto, page 1 to 3.
Okay.
I think Dr. Bawumianku here, what he brings, agenda 111 every. Muslim to us. If you open the solution, Muslim to us, open the solution. And central for majority of them, and because of more food. DSOs are civil society group, they are a criminal society group. Only men who have food and a number. Which is the Mafia, which is Franklin Room, which is education watching. Only men who have food and a number. Now, the other question, so be in Kuma, one Sankazauru. What we can have a catch and say, a year Thursday, Friday, year cleaning. Now, Mimi, we don't go shop. I mean, we don't to hold no more. Me, one bit Jamaica. One bit Jamaica was over. When I reach Jamaica, me, I am knowing crying if I would teach again if you go to them. Yeah, I will be a financial actor, not having it. It's of no use. And when you don't baby be at the start. Okay. Now, near Kenyan Valentine, today, young said Donald Trump was a football. Are record. I show my Israel and Gosiaga. What's it? Still and Gosiaga. And I want a boy. And I'm still and Gosiaga, shown forward. And like I said, the integrity of that World Cup has been soiled because, as you saw, I am on a red card, and you buy it again. It's almost nice and back. Because I only first of all, who FIFA, who Chihono, Amba. President Momo, the politics is really dear man. He is father in doing like a puppet. I said, okay. Yeah, that's about I'm sure. Lee Sudiano. Tiago so for assuming now on the we need the breath of life. We need the power of your presence, Lord. Yes. So we sing.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Let your glory